Hi everybody, this is Jazz, aka Trend Trader for you. First of all, thanks to all the new signups and the followers and all the loyal members for staying with me. So we're going to do a weekly analysis of the market, SPY, the benchmark of the market. So in a weekly chart, as you can see, we have a nice uptrend from longest time, all the way from 2012 up until now. But what we're seeing here is we had a little bit of correction here. This is where I was bearish about this, but turned my thesis as in fact we went long above right around this area and still giving us nice profits on as far as the weekly SPY. And if you look, I'm going to zoom in. We're flagging somewhat over here. We had higher highs all the way till this week. We had a lower low put in this week, but at the same time, we do have a higher high too. So there's nothing wrong with as far as a weekly trend. So support, I would say I would probably draw right around here. This is where your support going to be for now. So right around this area, the price comes back in here, this is going to be another buying opportunity. Definitely with a, we have to be looking for a reversal. So again, we're looking at a weekly chart. So once we think about going for a reversal, we always go into the smaller time frame than even the smallest time frame to pull the entry in. But by the way, this is exactly what is going to be for the re-entry of the SPY if there's ever a correction. Going back, let's go into the daily. This is where we have the 20, 50, and 200 SMAs, simple moving averages, right? It's going to zoom in. As you can see, we are again same thesis as weekly. We're still bouncing up. In fact, we made a higher high and a higher low into the daily in the daily chart, which is the positive, which is definitely bullish. So if you look at, I drew this line, the red line. It was acting as a support. Now is acting as support, but prior it was a resistance. So we'll see how that turns out to be next week. A little bit of a smaller candle, smaller size candle. So we'll see what that turns out. But again, as far as let's draw some kind of a indication to help us guide. If you connect this low, these lows with this low, we're looking at probably somewhat of some kind of a ascending triangle, you could say. So if we break out above this, we can break out another leg up. But again, this is the thesis for the daily. The weekly thesis is different, so we'll see how that turns out. And as far as the next week, it can move up or it could come down, but you have to remember that we are definitely in an uptrend if you looked at the prior of it. And based on this, we make our trades onto the other stocks. If you're looking at SPY and you're looking at another stock and you're going to be bullish on the other stock, definitely be looking at the SPY along with your trade. It's always best to have some kind of confirmation along with the SPY when you're looking at any kind of particular trade. It could be any sector, right? So anyway, so that's that. We'll see how that works out. By the way, I did put up my link for my Facebook group, which is my private group. Have about over 60 members right now, and I would encourage you to, if you are new, beginner, or even advanced level, definitely try it out. If you don't like it, feel free to leave it, but you will learn quite a bit of new material in there. I post educational material. Basically, all my stuff that I post on Stock Twits or Twitter goes on into this group, and it stays in it. It's acting as a library for me, or even for all the members that are in it. And I mean, think about it. You could be paying thousands of hundreds of dollars to access some educational website, but this is all right here. It's free, and I would definitely take advantage of this opportunity, because we have a professional people in there that are posting. We have a poster that posts fib levels, right? We have another poster that talks about just uptrending stocks, and I just created this group last week, and it's going to get bigger and bigger, along with the quality setups. Okay, not just just something to post out. If you want to sell your ads and stuff like that, you might want to just stay out of it. But it's definitely going to be an educational approach to for this group. So that's that. Let's talk about what I wanted to talk about. Is okay, I put this image out on the stock twits, and I said take a guess what kind of time frame is it. What is it, a weekly, 5 minute, 4 hour, daily, whatever it is, and not just that, but what's more important behind is it could be a weekly, right, chart, it could be daily, it could be a 1 minute chart, but it's about trading it, right? Your plan has to be exactly the same regardless what kind of time frame you're trading. You still have to have your stop, you still have to have your exits, you still have to have your entry, right? And as a trader, everybody should have a trade plan, right? If you're going long into a stock, you need to know where exactly your stop is, where exactly your target and your limits are, as far as you want to take 1 to 1, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk reward kind of trade. You have to decide before you get into the trade. So next slide, let's see what time frame was that, right? This was a UTIW, it was a stock that was trading, just bounced up, some kind of speculation that the company was taking over or whatever it was, right? Again, this is probably a small cap stock. I would definitely stay away from these kind of, again, this is a definitely advanced trading here. Was posted in one of the chat groups that I belong to, but this is something that I would stay away from it. Only reason is that what if you're a beginner, you take this trade and next thing you know that okay, you're long in this trade, you think that okay, the speculation is valid or whatever the reason is, right? But this is still a speculative play. It's still a small cap stock. If you're new, if you're intermediate, get your feet wet with large cap stocks, a stock that has over 500 to 1 million of a volume over, you can look over 40 days, 50 days, whatever it is, right? Have enough ATR, average true rate, meaning that they move at least $1 to $2 range, and they have enough market cap behind them, right? So those are the factors that you want to look into when trading a stock. So that is why, I mean, would I play this stock? Yes, I would definitely play this stock, but I wouldn't recommend this. If I had a chat room, I wouldn't recommend this to, or what I would say, definitely be cautious about this. And this is a very risky stock for you to get in. It could go down, it could go up. Either way, it could. If you're willing to take that a big of a risk, go dive in it. But as a new beginner, intermediate, I don't want you to get something in this, and next thing you find out, you're crushed with your whole position size is 50% down, right? So anyways, this is a 3 minute chart I'm looking at, right? And I'm actually going to go into more detail about why I'm posting this and exactly what my trade plan was, right? So my trade plan on this was a long. I went in long right around this area. Okay, I thought this is going to, when I say I thought, it's all technically speaking. Technically, I saw a reversal and I believe that it was gonna go up, right? Again, believe, think, hope, wish, those are the words, but the way I approach it, that's what I want to talk about. So my entry was right above around here, my stop was right below this candle, and if it went up, great. This was toward last hour of the day, the trading day, and look what happened here. Let me go to the next slide. This is exactly what happened. I'm going to zoom in so you can see, and then I'm going to move this little bit so that I wanted to zoom in here, right? So my entry was right here. The entry is right there. My stop is right there. What as a trader, what are you doing in this point? You have a trade plan, right? How are you going to approach the slowness of the time frame, or the slowness of whatever it could be, that if I'm going into it, where's my stop? If the stock doesn't move, what am I going to do? Am I going to kill the stock? Am I going to break even, or I'm going to keep my stop at the same place, right? So this is what you're thinking. Believe me or not, this period of time is what kills a lot of traders. They're hoping, right? Hope, wish, want, should, please, for the price to go up, and nobody cared. Agree? I mean, you are in it by yourself. Nobody's gonna come in there and take your price up, right? Nobody's going to say, you know what, let me push this stock up for you. You have to decide exactly what your plan is. You have to decide what your stop is, and what are you going to do with that, right? So this is not an example of showing how well or bad I did. It's all about sticking to the rule for the day the trade I had, right? But rather it's more about what was my plan before I initiated this trade? Where was my stop and how I was going to manage it, right? If it was going to go sideways for 10, 20 bars, how I was trying to manage this, right? You had to have a written out trade plan for every single trade you take. Believe it or not, if you have a trade plan for trade you take in, you can apply that to many other trades, the similar many other trades, right? And what do I need to change in a trading plan? For instance, right, if I took this trade here and right around here I said, it's not moving, I'm gonna kill it, break even, or I'm going to kill it at with some profits, or even with somewhat of a loss, right? Next thing you know, the price bounced up, and in fact, as you can see right here, I had a buy order at 1383, got filled at 1385, actually got filled at 1383. I had a stop market order at 1385, and then my sell was 1397, right around this area, right around this area I sold it. That was my plan. My plan was to wait it out and see exactly what happens. And what this was last few minutes, the 3 minute candles, right? This was last 6 minutes of the day. I wanted to kill it just because I didn't want it to take it to the next day. I didn't want it to take it overnight, so I killed it, and it was a little bit of profit. But again, it's not about me showing you how much profit I made or what kind of loss I had. But let's just say that I killed it right around this red candle, right? And then you have a similar trade you take next week, and you killed it right around here. It went up, you killed it. Then you had another trade, the week following, right? And you killed it right in there. How are you changing your plan? What do I need to change in the trading plan, right? If I followed to my rules and said I am going to be stopped out right there, as long as it takes for the price to come down or go up, or I'm going to end my trade at the end of the day. That was the plan, and I followed it, right? It went up. My plan was that I'm going to kill it before end of the day, and it went up. I killed it. If it was break even, I would have killed it right there. But when you have a plan, when you have a set plan, you need to stick to it. If let's just say that you killed it right in the middle, the next week you took the same trade, you let it go, and you killed it right around here. You didn't stick to your plan. What exactly was your plan? So what I'm trying to say that if you have a plan, stick to it every single time. This way, if your trade worked out in this case, perfect, you follow the plan. If the trade didn't work out, you still follow the plan by you getting stopped out. But if you're wondering and taking hit over here, hit over here, hit over here, you don't really have a plan. You have nothing to change about, right? I mean, think about it. If you can't just stick to your own rules, how are you going to have and rule for every single trade that you take? So that was the whole the point that I wanted to get across. To have a trade plan, measure out your entry, measure out your stops, measure out your targets, what exactly going to be, how are you going to take your profits at 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. And remember I said about staying away from stocks like low cap stocks. Look what happened after the market closed. The company who was, I guess, was about to acquire this, and they said we'd never made these kind of statements, and the stock dropped. What's happening during this time to that novice or the beginner or the intermediate trader, right? You're getting killed. And who are you blaming? I mean, you are not to blame your chat room. You're not to blame anybody. You're not to blame the market. You are only to blame yourself, because you took the trade, you held on to it, you didn't follow your plan, and in the morning, overnight, I bet you probably didn't sleep, because you probably had maybe, I don't know, 1,500 trades to take, and in the morning you were doing this: hope, wish, want, should. Please the stock go up so I can break even, or at least make some money. So stay away from that kind of stuff. Know what type of trader you are. If you are a day trader, and stick with that, end your trades by end of the day. If you are a swing trader, right, let the swing run. If by moving your stops, if the swing is up, get the pullback, buy it at the pullback, sell it at the correction mode, right? Or however you're claiming as yourself as a swing trader. If you're a long-term trader, you don't really have to care about looking at chart every single day. You buy in at the really good opportunity, and then you kind of let it work. So that was it, guys. That's what I wanted to show, and hopefully there's a lesson to be learned. And again, I put a lot of stuff on StockTwist Twitter. Make sure, yeah, you are, if not following me on Twitter or Facebook, at least follow me in the group. That way you can, find out enough educational material, or just watch these videos that I put out on the YouTube. So take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.